check out, so screw the whole thing, just check out. But that doesn't really make the changes. So if I really want to have a healthy, happy, successful, amazing romantic relationship in my life, I have to really look at who I be and make that change in who I be. We like to say that the BB principle is always active. What you believe, you become. The challenge is that most of us don't have any clue of what our beliefs are. How do we know what our beliefs are? How do you recognize your beliefs?
When you project them on somebody else.
There you go. The only way you know about your beliefs is when it's reflected back at you. If you want to know what your beliefs are, if you want to know what you feel you're worth in life, look at what you got. The relationships you have, the things you have, the health you have, the wealth you have. Because it's all a reflection of what you believe you're worth. And most of us don't believe we're worth very much because of the program that we've had in our life. So, if we want to change our beliefs, how do we do that? How do we even know what our beliefs are? How do we recognize our beliefs again? Look at what we've got, what's reflected back at us.
And what we say.
And what we say, our self-talk is a really, really good way. And recognizing that, starting to have this self-reflection in this relationship, in the marriage that I had for 30 years, we had very different ways of growing up. And so it conflicted a lot. My family growing up was angry and volatile and aggressive. And we showed we cared by being angry. My wife's family was more passive-aggressive. They were very fearful. They were driven by fear. So what would happen on and on and on and on, her fear would trigger my anger would trigger her fear.
How exciting.
It's lovely. It's really pleasant. So it would just go on and on and on in this codependent cycle. The rescuing, the victimhood, the persecution, and it would just go round and round and round. You made me suffer. You're not doing what I want. And I'm really good at persuading. So I would often get what I wanted, but at the price of someone else being resentful. Not so good. Not so good. And, you know, resentment definitely eats away at love. Any of you ever noticed that? Resentment just, once the resentment's there and it settles in, the love just goes. So, really trying to make it work for 10 years, finally had to just let go. It's not working. No matter how much we try. Because I really believe in a really beautiful love relationship. There shouldn't have to be a lot of trying. Anyone else believe that? You know, yeah, we have to be present. We have to be really willing to be there with the other person. But without that, it just falls flat. So our beliefs. Our beliefs are what we think or hope to be true. So the beliefs are what give meaning to our life, how we interpret what's going on in our lives. Are all of our beliefs true? They're true to us. Yeah, like, yeah, hell yes.
That's what truth is.
There are truths, and then there are truth. But the truths that we have adopted many times aren't really, really true. Have you ever taken some time to try to investigate your beliefs? Why do I believe that? Why do I believe that? Why do I believe that? Have any of you ever gotten to the point go, I don't know? Am I the only one? So, what happens is that the reason we don't know is because most of our beliefs are programmed in by the time we're 2 years old. At 2 years old, can you discern truth from falsehood? Some 2-year-olds, but not many. So we just observe life, and we adopt what we observe as true. So in that relationship, in that marriage I was telling you about, what I found that no matter what I did, I still was playing out my parents' relationship. And I really hated that. Would any of you want to play out your parents' relationship?
Already did it.
Did it once, yeah. Twice. It took me a little longer to get it that I was doing it. I thought I could change it. But no matter what it was so programmed in that I was just playing out no matter what. I would rearrange the furniture. Anyone ever do that? Okay, I'm just going to change what I do. Okay, that'll change it. That didn't change it. I had to look in at myself and say, okay, how am I being? Being angry and persuasive and trying to get what I want wasn't really working because some of my early programming was pretty negative. Because whether it's relationships what we want, whether it's health we want, or wealth that we want, it's all about the same stuff. I remember going to the store with my mom, and she'd say, "What do you want?" So we go clothes shopping. Well, I like nice stuff. So I want this. You can't have that. You've got champagne taste on a beer budget. Anyone ever hear that?
Yeah.
So what got programmed into me? I've got champagne taste on a beer budget. And of course, you start to believe it after you hear it so many times. You start to believe the story. The stories you're telling yourself. Another way to identify beliefs is watch the story going on in your head. What are you telling yourself? By the time you're 2 years old, what words do you think you've heard the most? No. Don't.
You can't.
Stop that. Can't.
Don't cry.
You're bad. And that's if you have pretty good parents. Because the range of abuse can just go skyrocket from there. So, if you've been programmed that way, are you going to believe that the world is a friendly, abundant place? Or something less than that? Quite often something less than that. So what we believe, what we become. Our beliefs shape our reality. It creates our perceptions, our meaning of life. So if we have positive beliefs about life and about ourselves, we're pretty much going to attract positive experiences in our life. If we believe something less than that, we're going to attract according to that. So what do we want in life? We have to start to be different so we can attract different. So you're creating a different vibration, a different frequency in your life. There are high frequency experiences and low frequency experiences and feelings. What's a high frequency feeling?
Love.
Love. Orgasm, love. What else?
Excitement, joy.
Excitement, joy. What's low frequency experience?
Despair.
Fear.
Fear,
Negativity.
worry, depression,
Isolation.
isolation, separation. Oh God, that's the one that gets most of us. We get into that space and we think we're alone and we're lonely, and we are alone, but you don't have to be lonely. So what do we want? What we want depends. If we want to get what we want, we have to change that being level. We have to change the interpretation of our lives. Another thing that I was programmed in with my beliefs, and I ran this until really about 5 years ago when I really got it. I had a belief that I didn't like what I had, and I was afraid I wasn't going to get what I wanted. Now, doesn't that put you in a pickle?
Beer taste.
There it was, Didn't like what I had, afraid I wasn't going to get what I wanted. So I became very angry, and I became very persuasive in getting what I wanted. But was that fulfilling for me? Not really. Because I got what I wanted and left again those other people around me resenting that I pulled that from them. It wasn't much fun way of living. It wasn't joyful for me. It certainly wasn't present and connected. So as I started to shift and let go, I'm starting to attract different things in my life. I'm starting to learn how to love. And the ultimate relationship is, of course, this one. I'm starting to really kind of like who this person is. And not criticizing, condemning myself all the time that I haven't done enough. We do an exercise in one of our programs. I'm one of the instructors in a technique called the BEST technique, bioenergetic synchronization technique. I have some information up here. This talk isn't about that, but that's the work that I do one-on-one with people. we do an exercise where we have everyone take a piece of paper and write down their greatest fear on a piece of paper, wad it up and throw it to the front. I was going to do it, but I didn't want to create a letter. What do you think the number one thing is written on that piece of paper?
Rejection.
Close.
Failure.
Failure. So all you're talking about the same things. What do you really think it comes right down to?
Nothing.
Not loving yourself?
I'm hearing everyone go all around it.
Fear.